I'm continuing on about Irish history, and this is some information about some of the tea that I'm drinking. Okay. Ireland is the largest tea consumer per capita than any country in the world. Can you believe that? They drink more tea, their citizens drink more tea than anybody else in the entire world's country. They take their tea very seriously. And you won't find a convention, a work meeting, or other event that does not allow for a morning or afternoon tea break. So, the slang for tea is cha in Ireland, and the rich and the poor alike love tea time. The tea that I'm drinking today is basically packaged tea from Twinings. Twinings has been brewing tea, I think, since like the 1700s. They come from England and import-export out all around the world. This is a regular Irish tea. And it was first imported to Ireland in 1835, where it became popular with the wealthy crowd, of course. But it wasn't until later in the mid-1800s that it spread to the rural people, and all of Ireland was hooked. Well, why not? We love the caffeine. Soon in the villages, small grocers were opened in the towns, and they started exchanging butter and eggs for tea and sugar. So in Gaelic, cupan tea means cup of tea, and the Irish make it a strong cup. Irish tea is blended to be mixed with a lot of rich milk per cup. About 1/3 of it is milk for some. The custom is to add the milk first and then pour in the tea. Irish breakfast tea is often a strong blend of Assam and Ceylon, and most people would only drink it for breakfast. But though the Irish love it strong, and they use the blend all day long, even during the traditional Irish wake. After a family member has passed away, it's expected that a pot would be continuously boiling to make tea for company. Yum! Irish tea is served generally 3 times a day, 11 in the morning, 3 to 5 in the afternoon for afternoon tea, and a high tea at 6 p.m., serving as the evening meal. Many think that high tea is a formal or a fancy tea, but it's actually a workman's tea that serves as a meal. Afternoon tea is the most fancy of the 3 teas, the one that usually is served with scones and breads, treats, jam, curds, and other dainties. And we're going to have somebody come on the show a little later on and show us how to pour a proper cup of Irish tea. Oh, the men actually served, when I lived in England, the men actually served tea all the time. We'd go in the village hall for a gathering, and no matter what the social event, you would find the men back there brewing tea and then passing it out to everybody in cups on a tray. It was very nice. It's a very social drink. We had it on pretty much everything I ever did in England was with tea, so I'm sure that in Ireland it's even more so. And Americans cannot understand it because we have a so different mindset of, we're so gender specific in our mindsets, we can't even imagine men in the kitchen serving tea. Whereas it's in Europe, it's a family event, it's a social event, it's very much in their history. It's in everything they do. If you go to someone's home, they need to serve you a cup of tea. It's expected of the hostess. It would be very rude not to offer someone a cup of tea. And tea is very nice to hold in your hands. It's social. It has a lot of good memories with it. Fireman says the men are trying to be proper and try to make the lady, especially pamper the lady, especially if they're in deep trouble. Well, I think that's when they actually bring home the treats and the perfume and all of that. Unless they're trying to put something in the tea.